You most likely at one time or another in your lifetime got to hear or read the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. There's a variety of ways that story has been presented. But basically, these three bears, they wake up, mama makes breakfast for them and serves it up, but it's all too hot. So the family of bears, they get up and they go for a walk while the porridge is cooling off. I don't know how long it takes for porridge to cool. But while they're out, some young girl by the name of Goldilocks wanders into their home. She sees the porridge and she starts taste testing each bowl. Now, the first bowl, too hot. The second, too cold. And the last bowl was just right. She gobbles it up. She tries different chairs in the house, and it's the same thing. Too hard, too soft, just right. But she breaks the chair. And then she goes up to the bed, and the first, too hard, too soft, just right, falls asleep. Bears return. They find the damage of their trespasser, and then they find the trespasser. She awakes and runs out of the house and runs for home. And the moral of the story, it covers a lot of different things. Trespassing, feeling entitled, what Goldilocks, it wasn't her food, it wasn't her chair, it wasn't her bed, but she's got to try all three, and she takes the very best for herself. And it talks about, or it shows how a person's actions can hurt a lot of other people. But what if, and I was thinking of this, what if, there's another way of looking at it. What if Goldilocks and the Three Bears is really about fitting in, whether that is in a gathering or in church where we may not feel like we fit in? I have a special friend who teaches language arts, and I'm sure if she listens to this, may tell me that I'm wrong. But that's okay. My mind wanders, and my mind has the right to think what I want to think. But I want you to think for a little bit today. What if the bear's house was the church? The porridge started the same. The size of the bowl caused each one to cool at a different rate. Some people say they don't attend church because they're not getting fed, or they leave a church and go to a different church saying they're not getting fed. Is it that they're not getting fed, or they don't like the flavor, or that it is too hot or too cold? 2 Timothy 4:3 warns, for a time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. Some say they don't attend because church is just too routine. You could set your watch by what's going on Sunday. They sing this many songs, and then they do this, and then they do that, then they do this, and then they have a sermon, then they have a song, and they have prayer, and everybody goes home. It's like a soap opera. You could, if you didn't watch one for 3 months, you could pick right back up where you are. It's so routine, you could set your watch to it. Maybe it isn't what the church is putting out, but what you're trying to put in or not put in. The Red Cross has been sending me a bunch of text messages lately saying, we want your blood. We want your blood. Well, to get my blood, I have to roll up my sleeve and I have to allow them to poke me in the arm. And if you know me, you know I hate needles. But I give because I can. You can't get anything out of a service without putting yourself into it. Your mother doesn't feed you with a spoon saying, here comes the airplane anymore. At least I hope she doesn't. Goldilocks' lack of satisfaction with temperature and firmness might be connected to what some people say, well, everyone in the church is fake. I think everyone in the church needs someone greater than themselves. It's Jesus. We never read Goldilocks going and making restitution for the damage she did to the house. And when it comes to the church, some say, I don't want to go. They're always asking for money. Where can you go that doesn't ask for money? You go to the store, you go to a restaurant, you go to the gas station. Wherever you go, you are going to pay for it in one way or another. Well, I can go to the park. It's free. What about the gas? What about your time? When you come to church, you don't have to give. You have the privilege of giving. Why was Goldilocks in the woods to begin with? She had gotten lost in what most stories say. Why did she become lost? Maybe she felt like she didn't fit in with everyone else. Now let's keep in mind this is a fable, but there are many who say they don't feel like they fit in when it comes to church. Who does fit in the church? Just because you fit in doesn't mean that you don't fit. Psalms 146:9. The Lord protects the foreigners among us. He cares for the orphans and widows, but he frustrates the plans of the wicked. And when I read that, the word foreigner, it literally means somebody from a foreign nation. It's referring to someone who doesn't necessarily fit in. But let me ask you, when it comes to the church, who does fit? Don't we all need love? Aren't we all searching for peace and joy? Who doesn't need restoration? Is the church, is there a church where everyone fits? Ephesians 5:27. He did this to present her to himself as a glorious church without a spot or wrinkle or any other blemish. Instead, she will be holy and without fault. So Jesus takes our misfits and makes them fit. Fitting in requires that we receive our acceptance from Jesus Christ. Too often, people are looking for acceptance from the wrong source. Some don't even want to accept themselves. It's not by works of righteousness that I have done, but by his grace he has saved me. And instead of trying to get everybody to accept you, find the acceptance that Jesus has for you. Look in the mirror and say, I like you. Because at the same time you say to yourself, I like you, Jesus is saying, I like you even more than you imagine. Blessings, friends.